Hey Tamriel, Duke from Tamriel in here. Right now I'm bringing you this, I think it's a little fun archer build. It's probably not the meta, but whatevs. Unbuffed, we're sitting at 12k magicka, 22k health, and 30k stamina. We got a spell damage of 1500, spell crit 10k, weapon damage of 3200, and weapon critical of 52%. We got 11k resistances, and we got a 1300 crit resist. On our stam recovery, we got 1335, 565 magicka, 454 health recovery. I'm using Dubious Camoran Throne as my food, pots or whatever you got, right? Gear wise, I got 7 medium. I got 2-piece Molag Kina for weapon damage, spell damage, and when you deal 2 consecutive light attacks, you trigger Overkill for 6 seconds, which increases your weapon the spell damage by 516. I'm also running Griffin's Jack. Gives me weapon crit, weapon damage, and after dealing direct damage, gain minor force and minor expedition, increasing crit damage by 10% and your movement speed by 10%. And this is where it's going to throw most of you off. I've got Elegant in here. 124 spell damage. It's not really used in the build at all, really. 2 max magickas. It's used for feeding some skills. Then you got your increased light and heavy attack damage. So as you can tell, this is going to be like mostly a light attack build. I'll go to my skills and I'll tell you why I wanted these 2 things. Dark Deal cost me magicka. I like to be able to, with 1200 magicka, I can use this like 5 times. What else do I got here? There's some other magicka somewhere. I guess not. But anyways, it's mainly to be able to feed Dark Deal, and for the 20% light and heavy attack damage. With the CP from the Elegant, I get 20%. With this Empower, I'll get 60%, but that's only after I use it. My CP setup, I've got 30% light and heavy attacks, 19% bonus on direct damage. That's all light attack damage. Increases critical. I got 19% on the increased critical damage and healing. I've got 10% on physical and poison and disease damage. And I've got 4,500 penetration. In these guys here, I just basically put 10% and damn near all the defense. 10% ironclad. This is where my crit resist comes in. I could probably use more, change some on the armor a bit. 10% here, 10% here, 10% here. What the fuck, am I getting attacked? Oh, jeez.
Need healing!
Okay, anyways. 10% thick skin for the dot, 10% for the physical poison disease, 10% on the frost shock and magic, 22% on the light heavy attack defense, and another 10% on the quick recovery. Over here I got points and break free for 19%. I got 22% in sprint reduction costs, 13% or 12% on the stam recovery, almost 8% on the health recovery, and 10% on tenacity. And I've also got 19% in roll dodge. It's pretty straightforward to see how this build works. You know, you do your little buff, get your little buff up. This is basically the build. I'm sure this would work shit tons better in as a Nightblade, because you get all that stealth bonus and shit. Skill wise, because I love Sorks, so that's why I built it for Sorks. Skill wise, I'm running poison injection, acid spray, and lethal arrow. Sometimes I'll change one of these three out for what do you call it here? Scatter shot. I like the healing, the draining shot. And then I got Camouflage Hunter up on the top of the board, or the first bar, and Bound Armaments to give me an extra 11% light attack damage. So with the armor, CP, and Bound Armaments, I've got 61, almost 62% light attack damage increase. And then with the Empower from Wrecking Blow, it gives me 102% light attack damage on the first hit, right? So if you could fucking, you know, let's see here. Let's go fucking try and find somebody to kill. I really love this fort out here, Carmela Outpost. It's gonna be my new PvP home. Okay. Watch as the mighty ogre traverses in its terrain, unaware that there is an orc positioned nearby, looking to test its ability as a hunter. The orc puts on his buffs in order to ensure a clean kill. And it's done, folks. Nobody is the wiser. The orc comes up to clean his kill, empty its pockets, perhaps in an attempt to send the belongings to its wife of the ogre and its little ogre children. Here he comes. Here she comes again. She's moving closer upon the ogre. Boom! Here we go. The unsuspecting ogre. I'm starting to turn into a fucking Scotsman here. It's supposed to be Australian. The hawk circles the ogre. And shoot! Like, that guy's toast, man. This is a pretty fucking strong build. You gotta figure. I think Nerdhold's fucked again. Because look at my elegant battle axe is 1332, and with the Nerdhold, it should be higher than that. That should be 1390, I think. But yeah, it's pretty nasty. Oh, jeez, people can't leave me alone. Anyways, Tamriel, that's the Orc Hunter build. Oh, you fucking deny that. There we go. Molag Keenas, 2-piece, 5-piece Griffin, 5-piece Elegant. Enjoy.